Hey, happy Sunday. The other day, I did a social media post about parents, and it was something forgive your parents for not giving you the love you needed, and forgive yourself for looking for that love in the wrong places. That was controversial. I got a lot of DMs about that, I got a lot of comments. So I wanted to just talk about that very quickly. Parenting is a modeled behavior. Now, think about what I'm going to say. Think about your parents, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. They learned their parenting skills from their parents. So now you have to look at your grandparents for a minute and what type of parent, I can't even talk, I need more coffee, what type of parent they were, keeping in mind they learned their parenting skills from your great grandparents. So this is a generational issue, which means there can be generational wounds and issues that are just carried forward. If you grow up in a household where violence was the norm, somebody would get mad and punch the wall, they might punch somebody, they might kick the dog or cat. It was just a violent environment. In all likelihood, growing up, when you got stressed, you probably acted out in that manner, violently. In all likelihood, your parent, the parent that is exhibiting this behavior, was raised with that. And their parent was raised with that. This can apply to drugs, alcohol, abandonment. If somebody gets mad and they just leave, they're gone for days. It's a learned behavior. A lot of times, infidelity in a relationship is a learned behavior, because if you see a same-sex parent, caregiver doing this, and it's the norm in your world, you're going to grow up and think this is okay. This is what people do. And then you're going to have the harsh reality that maybe it isn't. Maybe this isn't so good. So you need to forgive your parents for the tools that they were given, or should I say the tools they were not given, and the tools they didn't give you. They can only give you tools that they have. Now, in the last, 20, 30, maybe 40 years, they have parenting classes. Years ago, they didn't. You just had a kid and, hope for the best. But now they have parenting classes. Now there are so many tools available to become a better person, to heal your wounds, and to become a better parent. But please, I'm not telling you to forgive them for any horrible, vicious thing they did to you. Think about it, though. They're carrying the tools that they have or don't have. They're coping. They're doing the best they can with what little they have. And they pass that on to you. And that may really suck, because they didn't give you love that you needed. They didn't feel, I have something that I've written a long time ago. Send me a DM if you want a copy. It's called The Hole in Your Soul. And it comes from deep within, and it's this hole that we're trying to fill. And, you never got mom's love, you never got dad's love. They ignored you. They had better things to do. They were focused on work, other people, whatever. So you search outside the family for that love to fill that hole in your soul. You may go to friends. You may go to other adults. You may turn to drugs, to alcohol, to crime, prostitution. I see that a lot. And they're just trying to fill the hole in their soul. And honey, that hole can only be filled by you loving you. Really and for true. It has to start with you, with self-love, self-care. And then once you start healing your wounds, the rest will fall into place. I'll be happy to help with that. Any therapist, any counselor, any life coach will help you with this. So help is out there. But forgive them for what they didn't have to give you. and forgive yourself for looking for that in the wrong places. You were doing the best you could. And maybe you could have made better choices, but we all can make better choices. We're human. But I don't want you to beat yourself up about this. It's okay to forgive, but not forget. Forgiving is releasing yourself from that burden. Forgiving is saying, it's not worth my time and energy to be pissed off, angry, vengeful, hateful, hurtful, whatever about this issue. It's not worth it. And that's fine, because you're walking away from that, and that's wonderful. But do not forget the life lesson. Do not forget the life lesson ever. Carry that life lesson forward and share that life lesson with someone else. Let them know, hey, just because your parents didn't have the tools and they didn't pass those tools on to you doesn't mean the tools are not available to you. Take parenting classes, go online, read books. We have so much out there now. The answers are there. The help is there. But please forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up. I deal with a lot of families going through a lot of stuff. And as soon as I say, well, tell me about when you were growing up, they think, okay, we're playing the blame game. I don't want to blame my mom and dad. It's not about blame. It has nothing to do with blame. It's helping you understand how you got to where you are today. It's not blaming anybody. It's just life. So I want you to think about it. Think about forgiveness. Is it really worth your time and energy? Is being mad, angry, resentful, hateful, hurtful, spiteful, all that negativity, probably not going to affect them. It's just affecting you in here, and I don't want that for you. You deserve better. Okay? So let it go. It is not worth my time and energy to be mad about something that happened 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. Let it go. Being mad about it now isn't going to change it. Let it go. But don't forget it. Do not forget that life lesson. If they come to you and they apologize, that's hard for somebody to do. And I see this with a lot of families. Families where parents have been addicts. There's a lot of abuse. Maybe somebody they may have been incarcerated or in rehab a lot, and they will come back and say, I am so sorry for XYZ. Be big enough to listen to them. And if your heart so moves you, say, it's okay, I forgive you. I cannot forget what you did to me. I cannot forget what you did to the family. I cannot forget whatever. But I can forgive you because it's not worth the negativity in my life. And that's a very true statement. So just please think about it, okay? Please. And I will, in comments, this for YouTube, I'm not going to turn comments on because I get a lot of very nasty sexual innuendos comments. So that's why I turn comments off on YouTube. But if you follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, I have Facebook, my personal profile, of course, and then my professional page. And I will put The Hole in Your Soul. I'll attach that, okay? So that you guys can see that. So think about it, okay? I want you to have a good week. Forgive yourself for things that weren't even in your control. Learn behaviors. But you can change them because they're a learned behavior. You can modify that anytime you want. So let's just do it. You deserve the best. Your kids deserve the best. Your spouse, your significant other deserve the best of you. So let's make it happen.